Anyway, so welcome to Tokyo, and
It's great to be
congratulations
here.
on this film. I
Yeah,
was wondering,
thanks.
do you have any kind of special relationship to Japan? Uh, is there,
Special relationship.
or to
Uh,
Asia in general, is there some
yeah.
features that are special to you about the culture?
Well, it's really. Uh, hmm. I've had the good fortune to come here a few times with promotion for films, and also I played in a rock band for a while, and we toured Japan about 5 times. Um, I've always felt comfortable here, certainly in the space, in the land. I don't know why. So maybe there is some kind of resonating aspect to that. And also, Eastern philosophy has always been attractive to me. Um, and also as a kid, my first kind of brush with Japanese was, dealing with haikus in school. And it really played to my taste in terms of words and meaning, even though they're translated, but still in that form, I was really attracted to it.
I couldn't help thinking, I saw the movie last night. It's terrific, by the way.
Oh,
Really
cool.
awesome.
Glad
Really.
you like it.
It's my kind of movie.
Yeah.
Just
Well, it's big. It's an adventure. It's big themes, romance, honor, revenge.
kicking some mighty ass. I mean, I couldn't
Yeah.
help but thinking, though, that growing up in Toronto,
Uh-huh.
you loved hockey, you dreaming of playing hockey maybe, and now here you are starring in a Japanese samurai movie. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that this would be your life today?
I couldn't imagine this, but I could hope for it. In the sense of, I've always been, I remember like even with chestnut fights growing up in Toronto, street hockey games. We used to play a game called War, chasing each other with fake guns and anyway. And also when I was studying, the sword, fighting, the stage fighting, I was always really enjoyed that. So for me to come back and to be doing, the sword work in 47 Ronin, it's something I really enjoy.
So tell me about this film. What compelled you to make this movie, first of all? And what resonated the most for you about the story?
I didn't know the story of 47 Ronin in terms of its historical context and connection to Japan. So I just read the script, 47 Ronin. And what struck me was its ambition and the scale of it, dealing with honor. There's an impossible love story. My character Kai is an outsider, a half-breed who falls in love with the princess, and the princess falls in love with him when they're children, but they can't be together. I really enjoyed that. And I loved the lead character Oishi, who kind of bands together these masterless samurai who become Ronin. So it's kind of, an underdog story. The few against the many, trying to reclaim their honor, their land, and that appealed to me.
How do you think the Japanese audiences are going to view this big Hollywood epic version?
Yeah, I think.
It's very important to them.
Yeah, Chushingura is a word that's used for talking about stories of the 47 Ronin, loyalty. And I think because it is an adaptation and it's that's what it is. It's got fantasy elements. It's not pretending to be a historical biography of the 47 Ronin, but it's appropriating, and the director Carl Rinch was very respectful to the story and to its meaning. And I think all of the Japanese actors who felt that from him, and so felt very safe and comfortable, and it was very, all of the Japanese actors and actresses have an experience with 47 Ronin. But with all of that respect and everything, so I think, hopefully they'll enjoy the idea of 47 Ronin, Hollywood, fantasy, epic, you know, it's also a period, fantasy, immersion, you know, people, I like those kinds of movies.
The director Carl, I read in an article, he called it Kurosawa on meth.
Wow. I also heard he also spoke about it as being an Eastern Western, you know.
Very much.
Yeah, which kind of might be the same thing.
And it's also about heroes, and it occurred to me yesterday as well, watching that you're often cast as a hero who's, you know, your job is to save mankind from destruction or
Yeah.
just people from death and destruction. What is it about you, do you think, that inspires that kind of casting?
I don't know. I don't know, but I feel fortunate to be able to have the chance to save the world and humanity and consciousness whenever I can. Certainly in fiction, it's it's a good role to have.
I'm going to switch just a little bit. You're 49 these days, right?
I am, yes, 49.
I wanted to ask you how since you started working, I mean, you started at a very young age.
Yeah, I was a
obviously,
professional
also.
actor when I was 15.
And so how has your life priorities, for instance, changed as a man today?
My life priorities. That's
How have you changed as an artist and as a person, putting it another way?
I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know if I have a nutshell for that. I mean, obviously, with the passing of time, one gains experience, and with those experiences, you know, you can have a better understanding of a different understanding of your craft, and hopefully in life, you know, in terms of dealing with emotions, with what happens to you or what you do. Doesn't mean it gets any better, but you certainly have the burden of responsibility of age, you know, like you should know better. Yeah.
Have your life experiences also sort of, I'm not sure how I wanted to say this, about your life experiences and how that's affected your acting, you know, and vice versa, how your acting has obviously affected your life experience?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I mean, there's that old adage, life and art, and art and life. So, you know, when you're playing a role, you're connecting your experience to it, and you're applying it to this fiction storytelling, and you learn from each other. I always think of it as like there's you, the character, and you come together, you meet, and you have this third thing, which is other. Made of yourself, and so what to say about that? Yeah, I mean, you know, I'd look at a film like Little Buddha and the impact that that had on my life, or a film like My Own Private Idaho, or even a film like, you know, The Devil's Advocate, or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, or The Matrix. You know, these are some works that I was able to participate in that impacted my life personally. Changed me, and were life and art and life.